Dear Journal, geocaching never ceases to be a source or starting point of interesting tidbits, tangents, and micro-experiences, and the last 20 finds have been no different. The first thing I want to talk about is when I got this cache at Lover's Leap in the jewel of the Philadelphia park system. The CO brings you here because it takes you close to the edge, where it's rumored that Native Americans or African American slaves who were in a forbidden relationship would hurl themselves off this stone hand in hand to their deaths. I found these tales to be dubious as I peered over the edge. I feel like you're not assured death jumping off of this. Just gonna get really, really hurt. Yeah, it's less of a lover's leap and more of a lover's civil suit against the Parks Department of Philadelphia for injuries sustained during a fall. From what I read, the tales are the work of this man who authored The Monks of Monk Hall. You all know The Monks of Monk Hall from 1845. It outraged some readers with its lingering descriptions of heaving bosoms. A stage version was prepared but banned in Philadelphia for fear of riots. There's actually a copy on the Internet Archive, and a quick search yields 9 heaving bosoms. I don't know, is that too much? 9 heaving bosoms? 8 pairs of knockers, 7 bras are bulging. Sorry, wrong season. Less than a minute away, however, is the Henry Avenue Bridge, home to some fantastic art. Now, I'm just impressed in a multitude of ways, but I'm always surprised at how long some of these last in the wild. If I had these skills, I wouldn't paint just anywhere that someone else could mess up my stuff. I'm way too self-centered for that. I don't know, maybe that's part of it. This one here has been here for years. Someone put their feelings out here in a very public place, a main and well-used trail, and then you roll the dice, knowing someday, maybe not for some time, but someday, inevitably, someone is going to draw the cock and balls on it. Art is like delicate and fleeting, man. Let's quickly look at some of the art Mother Nature made for us as I briefly share the lovely path that I took to get to these areas. I don't think I've ever gone down this trail before. It's pretty sweet. Oh, it's a butterfly. Just shut up. If you're not expecting a butterfly, they can be quite startling. From butterflies to battleship, that's the end of that sentence. Access to this logbook in this cache is denied. The CO, one of my go-to high-level geocrack dealers, has set this ammo can up so that the logbook will not be revealed until you get the combination to undo the locks to remove the top panel. But how do you get the digits? Well, if you can't figure it out from what you're seeing here, then I pity you for never playing Battleship, and then I laugh at you like Burger Cut laughs at Willow. I'm going to show you what the exact code was. Oh, you got the old FU. Hey, how you doing? But when you put in the real thing, you take the locks off and you have access to the cache. So, it's not FU to get the locks off. I read that in advanced games, you're allowed to move one of your ships just a little bit after 5 or 6 turns. Ha! I can't wait to tell my brothers that I was never cheating. I was playing advanced mode and just never told them. Oh, come on. I'm not the only person to cheat at Battleship. In fact, if you've ever secretly moved one of your pieces during a game at any point in your life, then you must comment, "You sank my battleship." Elsewhere, this opening statement I found in the logbook from the CO on this 2006 Battlefield Earth-themed mystery cache log is just like me, rambling and borderline ranty. Battlefield Earth is one of my favorite books. Meanwhile, the film is probably one of the worst movies ever made. Well, then there's the whole Hubbard Scientology thing. Don't get me started. Oh well. That's wild. I thought I was the only person that wrote out the phrase, "oh well." And don't worry, I'm not going to get started on the Hubbard Scientology thing either, but I'm the polar opposite to the CO here. I found that I couldn't get into the book, but when the movie came out, which if you didn't know was a box office failure, I ate it up. I owned a copy on DVD. True story, when I sold all my physical media, I ended up making a deal with the guy who took a whole box of DVDs for one lump sum, but that was after he went through it and removed 2 movies saying you couldn't pay him to take them. One was Battlefield Earth. The other was Master and Commander, which was an awesome movie, and I'm still flabbergasted to this day that there's a man out there that for some reason puts Battlefield Earth in the same category as Master and Commander. What's wrong with him, man? These movies are night and day. Maybe it was a joke that I just didn't get. I was researching questions for a random trivia cache, and one of the topics was Schubert's 8th Symphony. I don't know many classical pieces, let alone by name, and while I didn't need to listen to the music to answer the question, I had it playing in the background, and it dawned on me that I did know this one. From the Smurfs! Yes, the Smurfs! Whenever they were in trouble, this was what they played. This was the Smurf distress music. Yes, the immortality that every 19th century composer was hoping to achieve through their music is present here in this 80s cartoon about animated blue turds running around using a very limited vocabulary. In the course of looking up comfy smurfy things to smurf about, I smurfed that in 2005 UNICEF, in conjunction with the creator of the Smurfs, put out a quick ad to help raise money to rehabilitate child soldiers. Yeesh. In the ad, the Smurf village is annihilated by warplanes. This is real. I'm not smurfing this up. Here you go. I pray that the geocaching gods are strong enough to thwart the YouTube copyright algorithms. I found that video on YouTube Kids, by the way. What the Smurf? Ugh, how about some Smurfs laughing to cleanse the old Smurf out? Death. What are you gonna do about it, huh? I'm at this cemetery, and as some of you may remember, I don't really roll with the cemetery caches, but in the description for the nearby cache, they said that Margaret Mead was buried here. The name was familiar to me because several weeks earlier I encountered a quote attributed to her. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Powerful stuff. Although in today's political climate, I'm not sure it holds up. Today, those citizens might just disappear and wake up in a prison in El Salvador, but I digress. For some reason, I expected her quote to be etched on her stone here, and I'm kinda disappointed, which is a really weird feeling to experience in a cemetery. Margaret Mead became a proponent of broadening sexual conventions within the context of Western cultural traditions. I've never been to a sexual convention myself, but it's on my bucket list now. Hey-o! Well, come on, I already have those clips loaded in the editor. Anyway, I've adopted a certain persona to go along with my clipboard from the last entry, that of the exasperated inspector who just wants to get the job done and move on. Electrical thingy still electrocating? Check. Hey, is this your light pole up to code? Does it pass the pen touch test? Yeah, I see it does. Check. Good, good. I'm just a Norman doing Norman things. Nothing to see here. No one spends more time in parking lots than geocachers. Well, cart jockeys, I'm sure, and the people who insist on doing heavy repair work right smack in front of the automotive store. Also, people that make their living sleeping with truckers. I spend a lot of time in parking lots, because of geocaching, if I didn't make that clear, and I see a lot of automotive stickers and decals, and this one just stood out as a very weird way to express your faith. Maybe I just don't like the idea of sentient, powerful mosquitoes, and what I shouldn't have done is put the phrase in an image generator because it came up with this disturbing picture, which seems like a cover to a cheap thriller novel called Skeet or something. Yes, this all stemmed from going for a light pole cache. Pretty weird, huh? Weird way to end the entry, I admit, so I won't. I'll leave you with a lesson from geocaching that I take into my daily life, and that is, sometimes things are not what they seem. Sometimes. Be safe out there, journal. A very suspicious water feature, or water fixture. Oh, no, it actually does water. Okay, so not the geocache. Oops. Well, it looks slightly out of place.